Hello, everyone. This is Sophia Fouquet with Pick.Click.Give at the Alaska Community Foundation. We are just about to get started. Could I have someone type into the chat box just to verify that you can hear me? Perfect. Thanks so much. Okay, well, we will go ahead and get ready. I'm sure we'll have a few more people joining us as we work into the hour. Thank you so much for joining this informative webinar for the Pick.Click.Give 2019 cycle. If you are a new nonprofit who is just joining the program for the first time, we are going to have a covering the basics Pick.Click.Give 101 recording that is available at pick.click.give.org in the Nonprofit Central section. It's not up yet, but it should definitely be up by the end of the week. And that's where we cover the basics about how Pick.Click.Give works and what to expect from the cycle. In this webinar, we're going to be going over a little bit more specifically the 2019 cycle, what to expect with marketing updates and other initiatives that are specific to this year. So we will go ahead and dive in. If you do have any questions, feel free to type them in the chat and we will cover those at the Q&A portion at the end of the webinar. We have about 45 minutes scheduled today, and I think that we can probably wrap up the whole webinar in even less than that. So we'll definitely make sure to get to those questions at the end of the presentation. So what we're going to be going over today can be broken up into 4 little chunks. It's the 2019 marketing updates and strategy. So we're really going to get into what the statewide marketing campaign is going to look like, some toolkit updates that you can use for your personal campaign, as well as the incentive plan that is given out by the Alaska Community Foundation specifically to reward the nonprofits who are really going above and beyond to thank them and to incentivize them to continue those great efforts. We'll talk about upcoming programming. As many of you who have joined us in previous years know, we have had rallies for the last 2 years. And as a little teaser, I will say that this year's plan will be less chilly. We're going to just have a little update on the PFD application itself, which is, of course, run by the State of Alaska PFD Division, and then a few closing thoughts and just reminders as we go on into the rest of our day. So we'll dive right into it. The first thing that I wanted to make sure everyone had some knowledge of was the statewide marketing campaign. And this is the statewide campaign that is done by the Alaska Community Foundation. This is in large part what the sustainability fee goes to ensure that Alaskans are really getting that Pick.Click.Give and philanthropic engagement messaging. So when they do see Pick.Click.Give as an opportunity, when they're applying for their PFD, it's top of mind and they go ahead and look for nonprofits in their community, such as those who are joining us on the phone. So for the first section, we chunked it into traditional media, and this is TV and radio, you know, as opposed to social media online. What we're really looking for with the traditional media, TV and radio, is to target those traditional demographics who many people think of as quote unquote philanthropists. So individuals who have a certain income, usually those who are of an age where they have a family. And for this, we're really focusing on the messaging of intergenerational giving. So you're going to start to see some videos and some radio ads coming out in December that really focus on how Pick.Click.Give is a wonderful way to teach your family about philanthropy. It's it's a safe, convenient tool to sit down with your kids or your grandkids and to walk them through how good it feels to give and how easy it is to make a difference, whether it's that cute puppy shelter that you want to give to, or, you know, teaching children in your community, you know, to read through library resources. And so that's what we're going to be focusing, again, with that TV, radio, trying to get that more traditional quote unquote philanthropist demographic. Now, the second part is going to be focused on non-traditional media such as social media and online, because as we all know, the point of Pick.Click.Give is to really make philanthropy accessible to all Alaskans and to show that anyone, no matter who you are or what your income is, you have the ability to make a difference. And whether it's through giving that $25 donation or even just volunteering your time. We want to really make sure that all Alaskans feel that philanthropy is something that is accessible and easy for them to do and to feel good about. And so this is going to be the hashtag WhyIGiveAK program that we are putting out on social and online. And that is going to be a really going viral type campaign where we are asking individuals, and we're currently working with some of the Inks and Native corporations to create videos that are specific to regions outside of South Central, of individuals sharing their stories about why they like to give in their community. And it doesn't have to be Pick.Click.Give focused, and it doesn't even necessarily have to be about giving money, but just making sure that we're creating genuine stories about how people give in their community, how they engage with nonprofits, and why it feels good to them. And so we have a couple of videos that we just took here in the office to explain what we are looking for. And these were taken in a single take. So if you were to make them on your own, either with your own staff or with your own network, and you were to take 2 takes, they could be twice as good. So hang on for one moment and we will play these videos.
I give to the Humane Society of Kodiak because they are the ones who gave us our 2 wonderful dogs and gave us our new family members. They're a no-kill shelter in Kodiak that helps support animal lovers across the state and gives wonderful care to animals. So that's why I give.
I give to United Way of Anchorage because education is important to me and they do important work to support students in our community.
So as you can see here, the videos are taken on an iPhone. Again, these were taken in a single take, but they are very just genuine experiences that individuals in your community have had and want to share about why it is they give to either a specific nonprofit or why it is they feel it is important to engage with their community in general. And so we'll be sending out more information once we get a little bit closer to October and November and start compiling these videos. But the intent here is not to get videos that we will be posting on TV or using the audio to put on radio, but just to really make sure that we are generating from the ground up, using Facebook, using social media, using those platforms that individuals use on a daily basis, that we're getting these videos moving around and not just generated here from the Alaska Community Foundation or from organizations that we have contact with in South Central. We want to make sure that this is truly an Alaskan voice and that we are capturing the thoughts and voices and perspectives of Alaskans who live all across the state. So we're really excited about this particular campaign, and when we send out more information, I really encourage, whether it's getting someone on your donor list or your volunteers to make a video about your organization, or even just internally if you'd like to make a video about why you feel giving is important. And again, it doesn't have to be around Pick.Click.Give. We are really excited to just see how many of those videos we can get out there, and we think they'll make quite a large difference. So moving into more of the toolkit, as you know, if you go to pick.click.give.org in the Nonprofit Central tab, there are lots of tools, including webinars like this one that you can use to strengthen your Pick.Click.Give campaign. We did a survey earlier this year asking nonprofits what they were interested in seeing more from us in the toolkit. And I'd say the most feedback that we got back was surrounding images and video, or general marketing help. And we sort of figured, we deduced that the best way to address all of those would be to give more images that you can use on Facebook. You can drop them into newsletters. You can use them on your website. These are completely available for you to download and use in any way you'd like, so that you don't have to go through the trouble of having a designer put them together or anything like that. They're just available now. We will be putting together another Pick.Click.Give video that you will be able to share on social media. So that one will be coming out probably closer to November. So keep your eyes open for that, and certainly keep your eyes on your inbox. So those newsletters that I send out will have any updates about additional tools that are available to you. But we're really excited because there were 30 new images. And for those who remember last year, we had created 1 graphic per cause type. So there were 6. And we're really excited that there is a plethora of other images that you can use now. If you do have any images that of work that your nonprofit has done that are available for promotion, you know, you have all the rights to them, you have model waivers, and you would like to share those with us, we are always looking for images that really resemble, again, our communities here in Alaska and local nonprofits that are doing that good work. So if you have anything you'd like to share, whether it's, you know, for the general archives or even just a great photo that you'd like us to share on social media, please make sure to reach out to me. You can either tag us in a Facebook post or send me an email directly, and we are so happy to share those images on your behalf to make sure that they're getting out there and being seen. As always, if you do have any ideas about the toolkit, other things that you'd like to see, please feel free to shoot me an email. We are really here to serve the nonprofits, and so if you have a specific idea of a way that we can better do that, we would love to hear it and love to hear what your ideas are. As for the webinars, as many of you know, we are on one right now. There's another one that's actually coming up on September 17th, and you can register for this at Pick.Click.Give.org in the Nonprofit Central button. And that is going to be presented by David Harper of Brilliant Media Strategies. It's how to maximize your online and social media efforts. He is a really wonderful online strategist who dives in not just to Facebook, but some other ways using online that isn't necessarily social media, that you can make sure that you're really reaching out to those donors and engaging them in a way that's going to have them either, you know, donating with you, engaging with you, or connecting in other volunteer ways. So definitely make sure to sign up for that. That is free. By the end of the week, we will have some more recordings up. These are going to be a little different than webinars we've done in the past. These will not have been recorded live, so they'll be a little bit shorter and a little more concise, and the intent is that those can be watched at any time. So again, those are not up on the website quite yet, but should be by the end of the week, and I will of course send out a newsletter letting everyone know when we have a little bit more up there on the toolkit. But certainly feel free to check it out now. Those images are available currently, so if you'd like to get going on your 2019 campaign, you have some materials to start with. So moving into the incentive plan, which I know everyone is very excited about. In 2019, we are moving away from Double Your Dividend. So we will be discontinuing the Double Your Dividend program, and this is sort of for two reasons. A, it seems that the efficacy of the program has maybe been stalling a bit in past years. So the original intent of Double Your Dividend was to give the nonprofits a marketing tool to reach out to the individual donors. And I will say that it's definitely something we've seen a little less buzz around in past years. And personally, I can share that when I have made the phone calls to the winners, many people either were not aware of it or didn't realize that it was a real program, that it was not a scam. So we just want to make sure that, you know, any of the money that's being spent on the Pick.Click.Give program is really going to help the nonprofits in the most effective way possible. And we just started to feel that this may not have been the best use of those funds to really make sure that it was helping all 650 nonprofits. The second portion is that we definitely wanted to move away from the association of Double Your Dividend being a lottery, which is something that came up last year. And because the way it works, you know, if you give a Pick.Click.Give contribution, you are eligible to be, you know, you are entered automatically to win. It had some connotations that we realized that we really wanted to move away from, because we want Pick.Click.Give to be all about individuals who are connecting with causes they matter, or causes that they care about and that matter to them. And so we just felt, again, that there were maybe some more efficient and effective ways that we could do that. We are, of course, going to keep the nonprofit incentives, and these are incentives that are dollar incentives that are actually given specifically to the nonprofits. So the program begins in January, and we use the criteria based off the results as of April 1st, 2019. And very similar to last year, this is going to be 4 prizes broken down into 4 categories. And with the exception of the new nonprofit category, which the criteria is simply most money raised, the categories are broken down by nonprofit size. And so nonprofit size meaning how much money the nonprofit has raised through the Pick.Click.Give program as of April 1st, 2019. And what we're doing is we are measuring the greatest increase in total donors. So if you are a nonprofit and you had 100 donors in 2018, and in 2019, as of April 1st, you have 150. You would be likely in the running to win that prize of $1,000 because you would have had an increase of 50 donors from 2018 to 2019. And we've had some questions in the past about why we don't use percentages, and I'm happy to shoot these numbers to you privately if you do want a little bit more information, if you're visual like I am and like to see numbers in front of you. But you know, we looked at the winners last year, and we looked at who the winners would have been if we had gone by percentage, and what we found was that the results were actually very similar to when we were measuring off total donors. It was not a significant increase or decrease in nonprofit size or the number of donors that were increased. However, we did see there was more potential for a nonprofit who had, you know, for example, 1 donor and then went to 5 donors. The percentages could skew it a little more for those smaller nonprofits in a way that maybe didn't accurately reflect the effort being put into small nonprofits who really were increasing their donor amounts by quite a bit. So again, that's something I'm always happy to chat more about if you'd like to reach out to me afterwards. But the nonprofit incentives that you see on the screen will be available in 2019 as of April 1st. So what we're really doing is pushing to make sure that more and more donors are aware that they can connect with you over Pick.Click.Give, and it's a great, easy way to get more donors who haven't necessarily engaged with you before to have them take that first step while they're applying for their PFD. So the Pick.Click.Give kickoff. This is going to be in lieu of the rallies. As I'm sure many of you are very excited, we will not be having any rallies this year, so no one's going to ask you to stand in the snow with a picketing sign. So what we are looking at is having a South Central based, essentially Pick.Click.Give kickoff event, where we invite Pick.Click.Give partners, local nonprofits, any nonprofits who are able to attend, as well as local influencers. And rather than having this event in March, we're really shooting for early January, when the most number of people have started to apply for their PFD. Individuals haven't, you know, the majority of individuals have not already applied, so we're really getting them while it's top of mind. We did want to do January to avoid competing with New Year's Eve and the holiday craziness that's happening in late December. So we did feel that I think we said first or second week of January is when we really want to hit this. And the intent is to really replace the same organic media coverage that Pick.Click.Give was getting through the rallies. We want to replicate that in a new way. And so we're going to use this large event as a way to generate that buzz from local influencers, making sure that we're getting nonprofits and their networks talking about it, as well as having news media there, both leading up to the event and then at the event itself, reporting on it in a way that can really still reach statewide, getting ADN, getting KTUU, KTVA, and again, other media platforms like that. So the thing with this, because it's the first year that we are trying to do it, is it would be based in South Central. And so the thing that we are being really cognizant of is making sure that this is going to have impact statewide, and that we are really getting media that is not going to just stay within South Central, despite the fact that the event itself will be held here. So if you're a nonprofit and you are outside of the South Central area and you have some thoughts or concerns, or have ideas of ways that we can really make sure, you know, that we are spreading this message, you know, if you have a contact at a local news outlet or something like that, please reach out, let me know. Because again, the point of this is we really do want to get that statewide coverage to talk about both the program and nonprofits, you know, the wonderful things they're doing. So what this might look like, for example, is if we have videos at the event showing small little clips of nonprofits talking about what they've done, we want to really make sure that we are not just focusing on South Central based nonprofits. So things like that, whether it's asking for photos, asking for video testimonials, we're really going to make sure that we are making this statewide. So please reach out if you have any ideas, because we are excited to try something new, but want to make sure that we're doing it right as well. Pick.Click.Give in the PFD application. This is actually very exciting and something that we're very happy and thankful for the PFD division at the state of Alaska for doing for the program this year. So in past years, when Alaskans have applied for their permanent fund dividend, they have gone all the way through the signature page before they are asked if they want to go in and make a voluntary contribution, such as Pick.Click.Give. This year, in 2019, we are so excited because Pick.Click.Give is actually going to be an option prior to the signature page. So what this means is it's the best awareness campaign that we could ever ask for. Every single Alaskan who is applying for their permanent fund dividend will be asked if they would like to make a contribution through Pick.Click.Give or not. So what you can see here, that means on the screen, the upper left-hand photo, this would you like to contribute a portion of your dividend to charities across the state? This is going to show up prior to their application being completed. So every single person will see this and will have to make that choice. And then as you can see in the next slide, it will go into the general Pick.Click.Give application as we are used to seeing it. So we're very excited about that. It's just one more great reason that we are really focusing on making sure that Alaskans are not just aware of the program, but really have top of mind thinking about why their communities are made so much better by the nonprofits operating there. So when they get to this question, they think, yes, you know what, this nonprofit has sent me a newsletter recently. I have been thinking about how they impact my day-to-day life, and I am ready to make that $25 or more donation. So we are going rapid fire. I do see that there are some questions that are coming up, so we will get to those in a moment. But closing thoughts, I do want to encourage everyone to go to Pick.Click.Give.org. If you're on a computer, I recommend doing it now, and check your nonprofit listing. And what I mean when I say this is go into the search nonprofit tabs and just make sure that your nonprofit shows up and it's showing up in the way you want it to. And this means your name is spelled correctly, you're not using an acronym if most folks don't know you as by going by an acronym. And I just want to make sure that everyone is being cognizant of this, because every year I get, it seems, 1 or 2 calls from someone who is just seeing their nonprofit for the first time being posted, and they're thinking, oh my gosh, this is spelled wrong, or there was an issue. And if we don't catch that before December, it's not something we are easily able to change. But what you see on the website, the Pick.Click.Give.org website, is what people are going to be seeing when they apply for their PFD. So just go on there now, make sure what you see is what you're expecting to see. While you're at Pick.Click.Give.org, make sure to sign up for the newsletter. This is how we relay important information. So make sure that if there's somebody who's maybe not on your top 2 contacts, but still works with the Pick.Click.Give program, maybe they're in marketing or fundraising or communications, just go ahead and make sure that they know that they can sign up for the newsletter. This is how you get your comparisons from January to March, those comparison sheets that show you how you're doing this year compared to last year. Those come from the newsletter. Updates about graphics or things that are in the toolkit, that's where you're going to find that. Lastly, I do want to make sure that everyone is aware that I will be leaving in November. I am moving out of state to Florida, which is certainly going to be a change, but we are looking for a new Pick.Click.Give program manager. And that application is available at alaskacf.org, and the application period closes tomorrow on September 12th. So if you know of somebody who you think would be a stellar program manager who's really going to work to put the nonprofits first, please encourage them to apply. And if they have any questions or you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me afterwards, and I'll make sure to get back to you quickly. So again, that is at alaskacf.org, and I do want to thank everyone. This has been an amazing opportunity for me to work with some really incredible organizations and incredible individuals throughout the state. So I feel that I would be remiss to not let you know how much of an honor it's been to work with you all. So If you have any questions, we will go into those in just a moment. Feel free to contact us. My personal email is up here, as well as the general info at Pick.Click.Give.org. Those are both checked daily, so feel free to use either one. If you have a question that you'd rather call me about, 907-249-6616 is a great way to do that. And then we have the Pick.Click.Give newsletter. Please don't forget Pick.Click.Give.org in Nonprofit Central in the toolkit under tips. It is number 1. That is where the link is to find us. And if you have any trouble finding that, again, you can always go ahead and give me a shout. So that being said, I'm going to give everyone a couple of moments just to write their questions down. If you have any, please make sure that you send them through the group chat, and then we will go through those. So give everyone just a moment, and thank you so much for joining in.